Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to Wolfenstein: The New Order. So we're back here,
Yes,
and we're helping this guy.
Figure out what exactly you were doing in this organization of yours. Was it some kind of supernatural engineering?
we don't believe in things supernatural, Mama. We believe in God. Das hier it's a philosophy. It is a way of understanding God through knowledge. It is based on pure reason, pure rational thought, not supernatural bupkis.
This is a weird conversation
So
to have.
everything you have
right
created, what were you planning on using all that stuff for?
Oh, you don't understand, Mama. There was never any purpose or intent of use beyond the act of creation. We create to commune with God. Do you see that?
You've lost me.
It's like mathematical equations.
Oh, go on, Madeline.
And each solved equation brings you closer to God.
But never intended to be used.
No, the act of creation itself is the intended
What's
use.
with
What does
this guy do?
He has something cooking in that Chinese of hers. Do you appreciate the distinction? Mama, this safekeep I'm about to reveal to you is not a treasure chamber. It is a deep geological repository, protecting some of our most dangerous creations for the sake of the outside world.
This might as well have
The
just been a
purpose already,
cutscene,
sir. Do you see that?
but they're saving on animation.
Whatever helps the cause.
So we broke out this guy, and we broke out some other people, who are basically they're just cannon fodder as far as I care. I need to find a welder for him. We've got collectibles and a record and an armor upgrade. I imagine we'll just get the armor upgrade right here.
Don't be touching my baby girl without permission now, soldier man. You stick to them guns and the Nazi killer.
What about you? Why don't you step up and join the fight?
What fight? Your fight? You took your orders from the man. The U.S. motherfucking government, man. What a trip. The war came and the man came calling. He sent my daddy to war and he did not return it. Bombs fell on our great cities and the man ran scared. Motherfucking gave up, you know? Nazis asked him to get down on his knees and the man was all too happy just to pucker up and start kissing Nazi ass like it was the most natural thing in the world, you know? I had to cross an ocean to get away from that place. They would throw me in the gas chamber just like they did all the others.
None of that has anything to do with me. That's not the America I fought for.
Really? I was little. My mother wanted to take me to the picture show, but we had to go in through the fucking colored entrance. I wanted a hot dog and a lemonade, but the sign says we don't serve Negroes in this establishment. You're a patriot? Blue-eyed, jarhead, motherfucking Nazi-killing patriot that you are, you're still a fucking puppet to the man. You're exactly the kind of guy they ordered in come lecture time. You don't get it, do you? Before all this, before the Germans, before the war, back home, man, you were the Nazis.
Be careful what you call me.
Violence. Language of the man. Can't you see? We're all just brothers and sisters now.
His face is all scarred up.
Hey, soldier man. You play?
Again, the cutscene's just too quiet. Way too quiet. What is this, acid? His face is all scarred up. So, in the trailer for the second game, there was this acid trip element.
I glimpse what a free mind can accomplish. But this world has turned its back on. I was on a ride no one else had taken, and in that moment, I was at the feet of a god.
So much for clean living. Armor upgrade. So, yeah, there's something weird about the story you're telling here. I don't inherently believe a Wolfenstein series can be serious. So they shouldn't even try. Like, it really should just be propaganda for the anti-Nazi American military of the time. Charlotte's letter has been found. Because, and I think all of these are the new, maybe not. Maybe these are old. Moscow in flames. And the map resets so we can walk everywhere again. And see, Anya doesn't have a quest for us. There's a lot of weird flat things. We saw that earlier. At least these are slightly more to scale, but boy, does that not look pretty. Like, you might as well have not had these elements. Just eliminate them. Just have a flat table. It distracts. There's a lot of new prisoners that we released from the prison, but I don't think we actually did.
You still got it, old man.
Why, he picked up the light one. Old man is kind of accurate. Just flush all the toilets.
Well, that seems to be in order.
The secret computer. Still, we don't really have an answer to why that's there. And every time I look at that, it looks like it's a door, but it's actually a step up. Interesting. I didn't know we could do that. So we screw in the light, and it lights up the path a little bit better. How is that helpful? I don't really know. There's no other light bulbs. And you can't just reach up and unscrew lights. And this is just a different way to go around to the second story. Last time we had the side quest where we got all the toys for Max here. Who? It would be nice to know the background on this, whether he was always born this way, or if he actually was injured and regressed mentally. But again, the game is being very serious, and I think that's a dolly, if I was to guess. Salvador Dali painting. Here's another person we saved. Instead of taking the long way around, we could have just taken this. And there's more downstairs that we'll go check. Let's listen.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's just my wedding ring. It's gone. I'm always so clumsy. I lost it when we got back. It's not worth much, but it's all I have left of him. Dear Sebastian.
So we have another side quest to do. I don't see a real reason not to do the side quests if we can avoid it.
Been studying up on helicopters.
Is there a way to crawl through this? Like, Like, I am here. And yeah, this doesn't feel like that's an entrance. That might be an exit, though. This guy's hoarding food. Finding a wedding ring might prove to be a little bit difficult. Just because there's going to be a lot of that here. Here's the guy we saved from getting killed's room. And he's not in it. Wyatt's not really playing any part in this story, is he? So, we might be able to talk to Max. And see, the people show up and they have name titles over their heads, but feels like there's just going to be very little interaction with them.
This is turning into some kind of compulsive behavior.
I found a ring. Compulsive behavior, flushing toilets.
So Wyatt's got the welder.
Wyatt took the welder. Interesting. When I get the welder, it's probably not a terrible idea to come up here and weld this. Should I do the nightmare again? I swear it's just gonna be the first level. Like, I don't think you get a second level. Let's see. We'll die real quickly. New side mission, escape Castle Wolfenstein. Let's see if we hit start here. You just leave it. See, these guys take forever. That's the wrong title, though. Honestly. It shouldn't be Escape Castle Wolfenstein. It should be Play Wolfenstein 3D. Or Play Wolfenstein in 3D, quote unquote, as a joke. Because I think there was a Escape Castle Wolfenstein, or there was Return to Castle Wolfenstein at the very least. Need to go find Wyatt. Let's see. Where's the girl that was crying? Though she's, I think, down over here.
Oh, my lord. You found it.
And so we get a gold vase instead. And the only thing we have left is a record and the concept art. And let's see. There's this whole setup here. This whole other area. So you can hear people talking about Wyatt and me. I suppose there's no way back into the sewer then. Not unless I could hop up there. So there's definitely a whole section of the map that only matters for. And here we have Wyatt. But before I talk to Wyatt, let's see if we can run around and find a record. I guess if we continue to rescue people, or even with the current number of people, then maybe that plus the empowerment of this magical science that they are going to free, maybe those two things will combine in a way that allows for...
Looks like a helicopter part. Maybe that's what the welder's being used for.
Interesting. So we have to go talk to him, I guess, first. Yeah, I guess if each one of the characters has a super powerful piece of armor on that makes them nearly invincible, maybe we could take out the Nazis well enough to at least reignite the resistance. Of course, there's this inherent problem with this game, is that you're never going to have a good ending. The Nazis aren't going to be defeated. It just can't happen at all. Otherwise, you're just not playing anything that's like a Wolfenstein game, and this game already feels very much not like a Wolfenstein game in some parts. It's in the danger of completely not even having a reason to have Wolfenstein in the name if you're not fighting Nazis.
What's up, Captain? Looking for the welder. You seen it? Oh, yeah. I was attempting to fix the broken railing over the secret fountain entrance, and I dropped the welder in the water. I haven't gotten around to fishing it out yet. Maybe you could give it a shot?
Look by the secret fountain entrance, Captain. I dropped the welder in the water.
Dive in the water.
Hey, Jay, could you hand me that screwdriver?
No problem, man.
Jay?
What?
I asked you to hand me the screwdriver. Just toss it over here.
Oh, right.
What are you doing?
I'm working on a riff, man.
In your head? Don't you need a guitar or something?
Inspiration strikes like lightning. You gotta punch the ticket. Take the ride then and there, you know? Or else it drifts off into the great beyond.
Uh-huh. You know, I dabbled in music a little bit while I was at Harvard. Yep, played clarinet in the marching band.
That's cool, man.
Even wrote some melodies myself. I don't think I can remember them now, but...
I'm sorry, man. Could you just be quiet for a moment? I'm losing my groove.
Okay. Sorry.
Jay is strung out on drugs. Clearly. Where does the game want me to go? The fountain entrance. And where I am now, there's some kind of path, but the path is odd. Secret fountain entrance. I haven't done the best job.
If we're going to steal a Nazi U-boat, I need set to repair that thing on the table.
Let's talk to this guy.
Does this work? Will you?
Sorry, pal. Don't mean to, derail your train of thought, but I need to get through that door.
Please. What I think about, I'd rather not think about.
That bad, huh?
Jay would think that when Jay seen what I have, your mind would break like an egg. How come it has not? Or maybe it has begun already and I just don't know it.
World changing. No matter who you are or what you're made of. Thing is, you and me, we just gotta ride the whirlwind. Make it through to the other side.
And kill all the Nazis?
And kill all the Nazis.
I will drink with you in celebration whenever that time comes.
You're on.
Where are we on collectibles, by the way? Just the record is the only thing we're trying to do. And what guns do I have? The laser work. Interesting. I am here. And I think I'm gonna get something new. If I'm lucky. No, that's just a battery. And so either I take the water or I take the gate. The game's being pretty nice by having an outline telling you just exactly where to line up your shot. Alright. We gotta go this way. And I don't know if we're gonna actually fight anything or what.
Von Spanien nach Afrika. Das war fantastisch, das sage ich dir.
Ist es da nicht gefährlich? Ich meine, wegen des Krieges.
Ich fand, das war im Süden. Afrika ist ziemlich groß, weißt du?
Mein Mann wollte immer schon mal auf Großweltjagd gehen. Ich will so gerne an den...
So we can just listen to them.
Tja, wo ich war, gab es keine Elefanten.
I guess a lot of voice actors speaking German. I wonder if this was a great boost to the German economy of having German-speaking video game voice actors record lines. Well, oddly, that probably isn't a very appreciated boost to the economy, even if it was, because, well, I mean, it's a separate issue that they have a actual censorship board in Germany that doesn't consider video games art, so therefore not allowed to make an artistic statement with Nazis in it. And that's probably very, very unconnected to the people who would love the work. So I am here, and that is there. And in these very specific places where these boards are probably marking, you can make a jump. So the mold they think has been planted by terrorists. Strobe. What does the strobe upgrade do? When firing the weapon, the attachment produces a blinding flash of light which temporarily disorients any target facing it. Interesting. I hope that doesn't strobe in our own face. Let's see, and we are just looking for a record, and that's it. This door, this ladder almost looks flat. Like, remember, our headquarters are in the middle of Berlin, but if it weren't for that, we really would have only had one or maybe 2 levels in Germany at all so far.
Warum tun unsere Führer nichts gegen den Terrorist?
It's strange because this is like half military bunker, half house. So I need a fully charged thing if I'm gonna fight something. And my item is maxed out. There's a perk that we can unlock if we use a fully charged gun like this. Interesting. It's not really worth it though to probably do that. I don't think... Did I just make cover to avoid a firefight, or... Like, we've got a button that we can press, and... Where's my reticle? It feels like some kind of train is going to show up and crash into all of this. See, this one doesn't seem like it's going to fall. Then we're getting these red lights that kind of stay on the screen too easily. Far too easily. We're maxed out. Full. We can overcharge our health, which is probably not the right move. This has to be a shootout, right? That's the only thing that makes any sense. Let's see. Still looking for records. That took a little bit longer to recharge. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything here. Let's do this. Here we go. And twice I've tried to unload a complete fully charged gun and it hasn't worked, so I imagine what this really turns into is a case of the This is just probably an instance where the game... I'm still not at that right point where I can unload one of those guns. Yeah. Now there is, I think, a perk if I can kill like 5 things with this machine gun unmounted. So maybe we'll trigger that.
Ich würde gerne jemanden melden. Und wen? Esel hält sich irgendwie seltsam. Ich habe ihn
Here's somebody, some busybody is turning in our neighbor's son. Citizens Information Office. Taffer Kleiner Liebler. Carl and Carla. Can we look at all of the records? Is music playing? Let me go back up to the option menu. Let's see. See, we really haven't heard music. I don't hear anything. All collectibles can be viewed from the main menu. Like, did this game just lose the rights to some of its music or something? I don't know. Like, there's really no reason why mute music should be the way that's written. Toggle background music on and off. And we do hear occasional music, but it's very, very sparse. And I have to wonder at this point in the gameplay, if it isn't really a case of them losing licenses or not being able to play licenses. Now there is an occasional instance, I will admit, where audio gets removed through YouTube system because of copyright claims that are ridiculous. But if you're not hearing any music in this case, it's not because of that. It's something different. Like, I hear sound effects in the background right now, but I don't hear any music. I haven't heard any music except for in very few locations. It almost makes me kind of wonder if this is a corrupted install. I guess I don't need to look at any more collectibles. And we didn't get this perk, which was empty a fully powered LKW without missing. We can, however, try this one. Let's see. 5 kills within 10 seconds using a detached turret gun. Which I don't know if this counts as a detached turret gun or not, but we'll see if we can use it. I'm not even sure I'm gonna fight anybody else. There's just way too much stealth happening here. And then it just goes red. Look at this. There's something with the lighting and the shading. And it brings me back in here. Okay.
Long walk for a lousy welder.
And it immediately just drops the gun there. It'll be interesting to see if that gun is still there and if we ever come back to this area, which we very possibly will. It's so ridiculous that I had to go get a welder considering I already have that gun that can weld. Why not just pull that away? And I can't weld this. I'll jump down here. Wyatt. I guess there's nothing else to do. We've talked to everybody, we've done everything. As far as the map shows, there's definitely areas to this area that we'll deal with later. Seems like each time the place opens up a little bit more. But every time we do this, it is ridiculously a long journey just to get some stupid fetch quest item.
Oh, Ishakor, Shimshin, Ishakor. That's all I need. Or actually, would you deliver this note to Anya? She will need the frequency of the transponder to track the thing.
Like I'm a goddamn errand boy.
Well, you kinda are. And so I give her the frequency to the transponder, and then I think we're done. And there's really no reason not to be done, so let's just be done. And move on to the next level. Which is gonna set us in the middle of the ocean.
Do you have a moment?
Schon wieder mit dieser Unsinn. Mein Gott, was ist denn los mit diesen Leuten?
I want this. With you. Like this. Always.
It will happen, William. Believe it.
Like,
To my voice, Blazkowicz. Where you are now.
perfect example there.
The intestinal tract.
I don't think I'll have to censor that either. Because it doesn't actually show anything.
The most secure site in all Berlin. The central munition stockpile of the Nazi regime. The things we could do with those weapons. Riot. We revolt. This access route is waterlogged. Impenetrable to outsiders. There's only one way to breach across the perimeter. It's a tunnel glider. The Nazis use them for maintenance down there. We've been trying for years to bring it up to working order. This is the first phase of the plan to gain access to Set's underwater safekeep. Use the tunnel glider to find a way into the weapons depot in the Berlin catacombs.
Is this going to be a vehicle mission?
Track your position over the transponder and provide tactical support. Good luck there, Blazkowicz.
Where are we?
Deep waters.
We're in a new area. We're in level chapter 10. There's only 16 chapters. So we're towards the end. Apparently there's recordings that we have to collect.
William, can you hear me? You have to make your way all the way through the sewer tunnels and into the Berlin catacombs. I'll try to guide you through.
What? So yeah, but a perfect example of how you shouldn't tell a story. It shouldn't be 50% serious right next to 50% ridiculous. And only the worst of worst writers try to make you feel like people are in love by showing them have sex. That is bad writing, bad characterization. I can't believe he would... Oh, so he's laying down in it. To move, use the right trigger, left trigger, and this to steer. And this to go up and down. Actually, you can steer either way. Alright. So we're going downward. So effectively this is swimming. It's got a better glass dome than the ship did at the very, very beginning of the game, where you couldn't see through it at all. It's still pretty busy. Concept unlocks the sewers. It feels like the game wanted to just unlock at some point to an open world.
You might have to exit the tunnel glider to neutralize obstacles in your way. Don't lose track of the tunnel glider. It's your only source of oxygen.
What guns do I have? I do have handguns.
I was a kid. The red tide was rising. Went in the water on account of disobeying father. Felt like my skin was on fire. Like my skin was on fire.
What is he saying there? Is he implying that his father, like, put him in boiling water and abused him? Again, not characterization I fully expected, needed, nor wanted for B.J. Blazkowicz.
You are right underneath the Eisenwald prison now. Caroline told me a few inmates tried to escape through the sewer system with some valuables a few years ago. They didn't make it very far.
So there might be some valuables.
Some areas might be too narrow for the tunnel glider. You may have to swim.
Where are we? This mission, this level is a mess. It's just... It's too much to handle to try and get anywhere or do anything. So I can't make it in the tunnel glider there. So I hop out here, and this is probably a lot easier to swim. Of course, I can't swim that long. So should I even try to go upward and look? I don't think there's really even a reason. See, I think what they meant to say was that we would come through here.
13 years old, from the pond by the stables, came up covered in leeches.
Okay. That's slightly a better story than what I thought he was saying. Slightly.
Greasy, filthy leeches.
Does this make oxygen for you when you shoot? Apparently not. Come on, give me some control here. This is just not great. Not the greatest controlling thing.
William, I have something I want to tell you. I've been reading this diary my grandmother gave me. It's my cousin Ramona's diary. She She used to work with us at the asylum. She's dead now, but she had many secrets inside of her, and there was no one she could trust to keep them. So she wrote them all down. I will radio the diary entries to your audio log. If you find the time, you can listen.
It's in Polish, but I'll translate. Ramona writes, May 11th, 1940. I've only been back home for 3 days, and now the Nazis have arrived in town. They killed Jakub Brozek.
So we're just going to play the
game
and listen to
His
her.
horse was blocking the road. He taught me how to French
Why
kiss.
is she
I'm going to
so
do something
loud
about this
here?
situation.
Why is she so loud now when every other instance has been very, very quiet? Just gonna hop out of this, and I think I'm safe enough to swim around, make my own decisions. See if there's some place I can reach and actually do something. And I guess the map is kind of helpful because it's telling me where the scuba is. This feels like a stretch. This feels very much like Bethesda Works licensed or agreed to make 16 levels or more than 15 levels, and they decided to have a middle story stretch happen here, and I don't know specifically why they would need to do that, and I don't know how this makes it any better. Let's see. If I hit play now, by the way, it doesn't play. This is ridiculous. You can't, it must all be locked out.
It's been out of commission for a long time, but some machinery might still be manually operable.
So I might be able to open the passageway. See, these definitely feel like elements that you would have in some other game. And I fell off because I was trying to look at the light to see why the light was still on. Right. Well, knife and laser gun.
Alright.
So I want to release this at a specific point when both of them, I think, I don't know if that's quite right, but we'll see.
Swam many water in my days. None as cold as this.
So we'll see if I can stretch this to just over. There we go. Reposition the pump wheels, it says. I don't think we need to do that. But we will look around. Where are we now? Looks like there is something over there. But how do you get up higher to get to something like that? Unless I'm completely not seeing the ladder. And see, I can just go forward because I found a a speedrun strat, I guess. But I think it would kill the gameplay, certainly, to not come over here and deal with whatever stealth kills I need to do. Still trying to get that vampire perk.
The deep basin was used to regulate overflow. You will have to find a way to reach the platform on the other side.
Yeah, unless there's collectibles that are on the ground and unseeable in the sense that they're not being highlighted. Like, by the way, the lack of oxygen element seems to stop working.
Mechanism to fill the basin with water. It will have to be all the way to the top for you to swim across.
Nothing over there. They pretty much said this whole tunnel though was abandoned. So going over there gets me so this piece is supposed to be up here when this is down, or at least something like that. And because it isn't, it doesn't make the most sense. Sewer map. Get a new diary.
May 12, 1940. The Nazis have taken over the police station. They're asking local people to volunteer for service. I'm going to volunteer. I'm going to find a way to kill them.
And so we're getting every indication that her cousin was in the resistance. Unless it turns out the cousin turns out to be somebody we already know and have met. And if that's the case, that'll be a little bit trickier. For instance, if the leader of the resistance that we've been talking and working with turned out to be her cousin, that would be a little strange. One, because she wouldn't have recognized her, and two, because we'll probably find out something throughout this story. That's the platform we were trying to reach. Oh. Drive the tunnel glider. Let's go ahead and get some oxygen and then work our way through here. Enigma code piece. If I was going to use this, I would certainly use it in stealth mode. And this is just 100% armor with my armor upgrades. And see, I don't really even want to take the tunnel glider with me. So this whole section actually was part of just a collectible element. I can't see much of anything. So I'm in this other area. that was blocked off before. We have a gold snake. Oh, I'm gonna die. I can't see. Suppose the question really boils down to, like, oh man, I still cannot see anything. Every time I look, I swim up, it points me in some different direction. That's the tunnel we came through. This is a new area we can reach. This was an area we couldn't be, weren't on and we couldn't cross before, so like I'm in the middle, and as it seems I probably should look for a tunnel here and a tunnel there. I wish the map would just tell me though. Actually I think the map is kind of telling me. I think those are the only two areas, because if you look to the left of where I am, there's that tunnel that connects to the previous tunnel. If you look at the top right there, there's potentially a section there I've missed. And I don't know if I want to go back and try and find it, particularly not without the vehicle, which vehicle has been lost now, sort of. It's like I needed to have poked my eyeballs down each one of these sections, then turn around and it seems like there's only one on this side, so we're kind of convenient. Just go back this direction. But how can you say this isn't really just a stretch level? We're really doing nothing at all. Is it a doorway or something? A way to climb up to these edges? Not really. Well, let's just find a happy place to sit. Climb up here. Like, there might be more collectibles in this area, but there might also be more collectibles in the next few areas. And as it is, I guess there probably is both. And it seems like at this rate we're probably only going to fight one person. This might just be a long stall to fighting one final enemy. Maybe I can get 20 stealth kills throwing knives, but maybe I won't even get that done by the time we're done with the game. We've done 10 of 16 levels. We're on 10 of 16 levels, so usually in video games it's kind of a rush to the end. Here, if they do that, the game is going to be pretty short, and I already knew it was going to be relatively short, but it's going to feel even shorter. Anyways, we've gone an hour, so that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.